Hello and welcome to the Creative Spark for Monday, September 28th. I'm Rob Forte, and today is the day after that wonderful solar event, the lunar eclipse. I was in my Lightroom and I figured, hey, I took some pictures last night and I may as well show you guys what I did. So here's some pictures of the moon that I ended up taking. Uh, I've started doing a little bit of processing to these. This was not in an optimal setting, I would say. Um, I have a crop sensor camera, so my magnification ends up getting sent all the way down to 1.5 times. At least I believe that's what it is. And I was using my 50 to 300 millimeter lens, and of course that is I believe it's a 3.5 to 5.6. Don't yell at me if I'm wrong. Uh, so anyway, I've started going through these, and I figured I may as well go through here because it was actually a pretty difficult time trying to do some of these. Like you can see, some of these are out of like majorly out of focus, and it was quite difficult to do because this is actually the first time that I ended up doing anything photography related as far as lunar things go. So I had a little bit of fiddling to do, and admittedly, I don't have the best eyesight. So here's one of my favorite pictures here. It was just when it was starting to go down, get down to the last of it, and I'll do a little bit of crop in here so it's a little bit larger. So that's one of my favorite pictures I ended up getting last night, because you can actually get a good amount of definition from that, and it's not too blurry in the fact of noise. My problem with having to end up cropping these is because they're so small in the actual frame. I usually hate having to crop images, but due to the fact of the moon being so far away and the fact of me not having a longer lens, this is the only feasible way to get it very visible on the screen. So, of course, I got it all. Ooh, here's one of my other ones that I thought was pretty cool. Here is a little bit later. This was probably around 9:30 ish, where I was outside taking pictures, and I got some cool ones like right here. I really wish this is really interesting because this is actually without any edits too. So this was after it had pretty much been eclipsed, and this is probably about 10 something. This happened, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I bumped the ISO up a little bit, and enhanced um, the shutter speed, and I ended up getting this interesting image, because at this point it was incredibly dark. So I ended up getting this really cool image where the pretty much moon was red, uh, pretty much red with this like little gleam right here, which I thought was really cool at the time. So, I had to end up getting a picture of that, and of course, me trying to get pictures of this without a remote trigger was pretty difficult. And some of these are pretty cool. This one's a little bit blurry, but I feel like some of these are some pretty cool shots, and not having done any lunar photography, I felt pretty proud of myself. So anyway, that's been the Creative Spark for today, Monday, September 28th. I'm Rob Forte, and I'll see you Wednesday on the podcast.